You might say, no way you can isolate something like this in just 5 minutes. The headband is hardly visible on the gray background. But really, Photoshop is a wonderful program. There are advanced algorithms that you can use that will give you a great result in no time. Let's start with the method that I like the most. Yes, there's definitely not enough contrast in this image, so instead of that we'll be using color. The deal is that the headband's color differs from the background color, and if we increase the saturation, we will be able to use it to make a selection. But before I do that, I'll quickly select the black tie with the Quick Selection tool and copy it to another layer for later use. Then I'll copy the background to another layer and increase the saturation to the maximum, which is +100. That's not enough, so let's increase it in another way, which requires some blending. I'll copy this layer and pick the Linear Burn Blending mode from the blending options. Still not enough. One more copy and another copy, and then merge all the colored layers down so that only one layer stays, which blends in the normal mode. This bluish area in the lower right corner is no good, it blends with the headband's net. I'll change its color by using the Hue Saturation window. I'll pick Cyan only and change their hue to -90 to make this area look like the rest of the background. Now there's a lot of small dots on this layer and it's no good. I'll use the median filter with radius 2 to get rid of those dots. Now it's time to use the Select Color Range feature to make a selection of the background. I'll set the fuzziness to something about 60, set the eyedropper to Add Colors and click around, making sure I don't click on the headband. Okay, but this selection is not so good, so I'll immediately contract it by 2 pixels to make the headband more visible. Now I'll fill the whole background with black and use the black brush to paint on the pieces of background that were not included in the selection. Now when the whole background is black, I'll press Ctrl-I to invert the image and make the background white. Time to copy the original headband image to another layer and drag it on top of the white background layer. Now I'll access the blending options of this layer and use the Blend If trick. I'll drag the rightmost slider in the lower row, just 1 point to the left to reveal the white background from under the top layer. It is not perfect though, so I'll use the black brush on the adjusted layer to reveal the headband even more, where it was eaten by the isolation. When I'm satisfied with the result, I'll just flatten the image and resize it to be more fit for an online store. This last step will hide all the irregularities of the isolation, and the whole thing will look nice and decent. Not bad for something that was done in 5 minutes, right?